Hey guys, Peter here from Sigma. Just wanted to start off this video really quick. We're going to go into Assetto Corsa Evo, which is still in early access release, obviously issues. Then we're going to go to Assetto Corsa Rally and kind of see what the differences and similarities are there in terms of the motion. In terms of the motion, I'm sitting here on a DK6 Plus. This is our 6-inch system, our premium professional motion system. What makes it professional and premium? Well, it's the only motion system out there that's completely made out of billet. That means the body of the actuator right here and the piston is completely made out of billet, as well as the brackets. Now it's perfectly in the extrusion profile like you see here. And the billet construction really accentuates or helps with the transmission of haptics as compared to other manufacturing technologies, as we have found. In addition to that, we're sitting here on our test chassis. This is our beta chassis, Zeta chassis rather. And the Zeta chassis is something that's designed with, again, CNC'd locking connections. So, most extrusions, if there's ever really dynamic motion like the 6-inch, and there's any changes in the surface of the floor, there's always going to be creaking, cracking. There's going to be some kind of yield happening, and that's completely fine. It's exactly actually what you get in a regular street-going car as well. But then as soon as you put a roll cage on a car, you'll notice it stiffens things up quite a bit. You get more responsiveness. You get a better feel of the car. And this is kind of very similar. So this is acting basically like a roll-caged, strong structural member, because each connection interlocks at 5 different planes. And at least in our testing for the past year that we've been running this, creates a very good mechanical lock, almost equivalent to that of a weld, as compared to other fastening methods for extrusion. So we love our Zeta chassis. It's a professional, commercial, or competitive solution. We also have our Fat Black Cat pedals here. We just love the progression of these pedals. Very comfortable to use for extended periods of time. So we got a dual pedal setup here. We still have the SimiCube 2. We'll definitely try the SimiCube 3 when it jumps out. And we just love our Precision Sim Engineering wheels. We're not affiliated with any of these companies. This is just kind of our test rig that we've ran for many, many years. This is just a single 48-inch OLED as well, running about 120 hertz. We typically like to see more hertz, but again, we've just had this for many years now, and we do recommend it. We are going more into the 45-inch Ultra Gears now, with the 300 plus hertz. We just find them to be buttery smooth, and that's kind of what we recommend to some of our home clients at the moment. So yeah, here we are in the Assetto Corsa Evo. We'll give it a go. I'll try to talk and drive. It's really, really hard to talk and drive at the same time. It's like chewing gum and walking for me, but let's give it a go. And we are in the Caterham. Right away we're going to have some issues, so let's fix that. Let's go to our settings, and let's go controls. Let's see what we have for the pedals. Yeah, so let's map the throttle, invert the axis, very smooth throttle. And then the brakes is really what I love about these pedals, just the dampening on them is spot on. Let's go SimiCube 2. Got our steering, and let's just make sure we have our clickety-clacks. Again, Precision Sim Engineering, we've used them for many, many years, over 10 years now. And just their detents and their shifters and the way everything just engages is just beautiful, just beautiful. So everything's set up. Let's go back. I'm going to apply here. And I'm sorry if this video is going to be a little bit long. Hopefully it's worth it. Look at that line of cars we're going to have to chase. Pit limiter's on, good. Second mouse gets the cheese. In this case, I think we're like the 10th mouse. It's just a practice session, so again, so right away, I can feel quite a lot of undulations just right there on the pit exit. And just the nimble car, and I know everybody's wants a different view. Probably everybody's used to this view, but I'm going to use this view so you can better see. Like I said, difficult to drive. So you can see the Wheel covers here, bouncing wrap with the suspension and how the rig is moving overall. Again, very stiff chassis. We just love this billet extrusion, these billet connections rather, on this extrusion. The locking mechanism is really a mechanical advantage that you can't get anywhere else. And that combined with our tillet seat, which is a unique two-piece construction. So most seats are basically designed as one shell, and then they pad the crap out of them. In this case, it's two shells, so you can even say it's like two seats in one. You get the inner ergonomic shell, and this is the regular one I'm sitting in here. We also have the extra large, which I prefer, but I just happen to fit in both. At 34-inch waist, 250 pounds, 6'1". You can put your criticisms of my weight in the comments. Happily take them. We use them motivationally. Anyways, so the chassis, the system, everything matters, right? And this is kind of where the name Sigma Integrale comes from. It's Sigma, it's the cumulative mathematical accumulation of the right decisions in the right places that give you the right motion. You can't have good motion, good algorithms, and sacrifice on mechanicals. Or you can't have good mechanicals and sacrifice on the algorithms. It all matters, right? And that's kind of the philosophy, long-term philosophy of our company since the very beginning. Even when we were doing actual racing events up in Canada, at that point our company was called Sigma Time Attack. And it was a time attack competition. It went very well, very easy to play, to get into. Even back then, at our time attack competitions with the real cars, we would bring simulators, and the simulators we would notice right away that the guys who were fast on the real track were also fast on the simulator. And back in 2011, 2010, we kind of put the two together and like, oh yeah, let's get into simulation, because at least up in Canada when it snows, people can just jump on a sim. And it was tremendous value there to just kind of keep the training going, the driver training going. So that's kind of how we ended up back in Sims. We actually learned about cars in 2001, many years ago now, playing Gran Turismo 1, Gran Turismo 2. The very first car I still remember I drove in Gran Turismo was, interesting how the tail just comes out here, light car. Was this Delta Integrale, the boxy, which we'll play hopefully in the rally game. Trying to keep it wide here to give them more room, so you can draft. The radar is a nice touch. You'll see there's a radar, so I'll know who's around me. Just running a single monitor here. We're running at 5080. Anyways, going back to our story. So we started with a time attack. We saw the connection right away with sims. We used to sell many sims. Then we got into the commercial side of things for many years, making custom motion systems for vehicles, real vehicles, and R&D purposes for various OEMs. And then prior to 2020, we're like, okay, we've learned so much over the past 5 or 6 years. Let's just bring this overall to the community as a whole. And we kind of timed it properly, because then COVID hit shortly after, and we were there with the whole kind of boom of that. Okay, I should comment more about the driving here, but yeah, so that's kind of history. So again, going back to the chassis billet construction, which means the actuator is chiseled out of a solid piece of aluminum, the pistons out of a solid piece of steel that we coat later. And all these little changes are just coming perfectly from the system. Again, it's granted that we have good telemetry, which we do in this case. And coming through the system and coming into, remember it slides out here, there you go. It's pointing nicely. These cars are just such a fun car to drive around, and just, you can feel how nimble it is in the game. It doesn't push out of the corners. If anything, it could probably use a little bit of aero, but it just doesn't go fast enough, I think. It's more of like a short track of a car, autocross type of a car. right here. Look at the undulations. And it's not like a constant undulation that AC does, the legacy AC does, which we started using for corporate purposes back in 2014. What we noticed when we started to tune the game even back then is the way they would optimize the environment is every time you went off into the out of bounds areas, let's hit this curb, oh, and then I can feel the curbs here. You guys can't feel it obviously on the video, but there is a very they did 3D model the curbs, which is good. It's not just an effect that you feel that's triggered on and off, which we personally don't like. We prefer good data, good telemetry. But yeah, so everything matters. The tilt seat, the electric seat slider we have too. It's not because we think it's fancy to, you know, for example, move back and forth. You actually get a lot more adjustment with the electric seat than you do a traditional mechanical seat. But there is no play. So with a mechanical seat, you need that tolerance, that space between the upper and lower rail, so that it can actually slide, right? And what we found, we actually tried making our own mechanical seat slider many times, but in the end, it just ended up being as expensive as these electric ones that we have custom made for us. And the way we have them custom made for us is we put the motor all the way up at the front so that the tilt seat sits really low in the rail, and that basically allows us to just getting into it more. Just great handling so far. Lots of texture. And it's nuanced. Like it actually feels like I'm traversing a natural surface, which is kind of what I was saying before. If you go out of bounds in Assetto Corsa Legacy, they just play a sine wave. Let's see if it's here. Yeah, I think they kept that the same, which is fine, right? The out of bounds areas don't matter as much either. And you don't want to have, you can see it's actually putting me out of breath in some areas. But you don't want the undulations to be varied on the outside. It's very heavy on the 3D model, and we don't need to do that. We just need to focus on the track and getting all the details just right here. It's just such a fun car. Again, not driving the best here because I'm focusing on locking up the brakes there. The tail just comes out so nicely. Notice this with the AC Rally as well, is that it tends to be too happy to over rotate or oversteer rather than understeer. And most cars, not race cars, but most road going cars are oh, my apologies, are designed to understeer through corners. It's just a safer way. When you're fully got the brakes on, you want the traction up front, and you want the outer wheel to come back in as soon as possible. Can't say enough good things about these pedals too. Just the modulation is great. What makes these pedals different too, again, fat black cat pedals, I just call them FPCs, is they have this active heel plate, which I don't think is anything new, but it is a standard in the Formula world. And so it's not like it's just your heel that's moving the pedal. Your heel and your foot are moving as one. So it's somewhat different. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, at least for me. But it is more relaxing. It's almost like you're sitting, like your feet are sitting on some sofa chairs, especially plush sofa chairs, and you're kind of like pushing with the whole sofa. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's kind of what I feel. Great variation there as well. Again, I'm not seeing any patterns. I'm not seeing like they're using any effects for anything. And effects, again, are pre-canned or pre-recorded that they will just play randomly. Some wheel companies are doing that now, where they try to give you the feeling of a churn by modulating or moving the wheel back and forth. And for guys like us, it just doesn't make any sense. We don't know why a wheel will be doing that if it's not really telling us anything significant. We just rather turn it off. But here you can see tons of little details. Hopefully you can see it in the wheels, and they're constantly bouncing. And we just did a practice session, so we're finished. Beautiful handling. See, so there's a nice understeer condition, so that was pretty accurate. But the lift throttle, maybe this is a character of this car, I'm not sure. Like this, right? So it's very easy to let it swing out off throttle, but on throttle I don't think it has enough power to rotate the vehicle. Anyways, excellent game, lots of potential, still early access. I'm hoping that this really takes off as much as Evo AC Legacy has. Hopefully they won't be too busy to open it up to the community and see what value they could provide, which is really the benefit of the original AC. Graphics, obviously amazing, running Unreal Engine. But, yeah. So let's jump over to... Yeah, too much. That's a good place to end it. Oh, ended it for me. So let's go to AC Rally and see what the difference is. And I'll try to... again, I mean, to me it's good enough the way it is right now. I'd love to see a little bit more of the curb variations. Again, I'd have to try different tracks, different cars. The way we try to do our software and algorithms as well is that regardless of the car, the track that you're on, you shouldn't really have to change your settings all that much. I think a good tell of good software or good algorithms is once you set the settings, you set them and they're good for each car in that game, or they're good for any track in that game, or better yet, you don't ever touch those settings between any of the games or any of the cars that you have. That I think is a good indication of a quality algorithm that's telemetry based. And it also makes it a lot simpler. It makes it a lot simpler to just use the sim overall with all the gear that we have happening. You just want it to get in there and go. Okay, pardon me. So now let's go to AC Rally. And as we launch AC Rally, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the 3 types of motion systems that are out there. So a lot of people don't talk about this, but basically we like to categorize the motion system industry into 3 main categories. That's a turnkey system like Sigma and others. And there is what we call a catalog system or off-the-shelf system, which would be something like where the actuator is assembled for you. They sell it as a package under various names. And then they use open source software like a SimHub or SRS or something like that to run it. That's what we call a catalog system, because you kind of pick stuff out of the catalog, put it together, and sell it as a bundle. Whereas a turnkey system, the company is in charge of the software, the hardware, the electrical, the support. It's all kind of bundled together. But in the catalog system, you can't really support the software. It's open source software, or you have to go through community to get that support, which is, by the way, amazing. And then finally, there's the complete open source community. That's the last category. And that's where you have to make your own actuators, you make your own electrical, the hookup, everything you kind of build yourself. And then you obviously run the same open source software that you get in the catalog systems. And there's benefits to both. So obviously the turnkey package where you build and put in the time yourself is the cheapest route to go. And these are the guys always saying that, our stuff is cheaper and better, blah, 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 which is a partial truth. It is cheaper. Then there is the catalog guys, which I think they support the hardware, but they can't support the software because it's open source. So they're kind of at the mercy of the software. But the turnkey is usually more expensive, and it's more expensive because there's a neck to choke. If the software doesn't work, if the hardware doesn't work, if something's not right, you always have a company to go to, hopefully. and hopefully they have good service and are responsive. So that's kind of where we like to pride ourselves in as well. We think we have pretty good service. But let's jump with one of the cars that is part of our company name. So the reason we are called Sigma Integrale is because the Lancia Delta Integrale right here is one of the first cars we drove back in 2001. And we are not creative, so we decided to say Sigma Integrale, sort of cumulative mathematical integration of everything matters, right? So the bill of constructions, the algorithm, the electrical, the chassis, the brackets, the electric seat slider, the seat, everything should be rigid to translate those haptics as best to the driver as possible. So let's do a simpler stage with this car. And again, I'll do less talking now. I'll try to comment on the differences of AC Evo, AC Rally. We did about an hour and a half in this sim already. Try not to break the car too much. Okay, good seating position. Wheels a little low, but it's okay. Start the engine with throttle. Chin it up a little bit. And again, we're going to just use this over the hood view. I know everybody's going to comment or say something about using the appropriate view. Okay, so right away, you can feel the wheel spin in the chassis. I'm not sure you can see it in the motion, but it almost takes my breath away. There's this you can feel like the tires are bouncing, dampening, and looking for traction to take off. So really nice touch there. The other benefit too of the electric sliders, you get an infinite amount of adjustability. So there isn't just notches that you go into. There's a progression. Okay, so I think I put the handbrake here. Yeah, all right. And again, I'm gonna probably do terrible here just because I'll be talking and driving, but I felt the wheel dip in there. The car is heavy. Oh. And rally is really about sliding the car into corners, and dancing with the car is kind of the best way I can prescribe it. There's a YouTuber called Cookie and Cars, and you can see how she, with Dirt Rally 2.0 at least, we don't have a handbrake hooked up, so we're going to take all these. She just kind of dances with the cars, and there's other drivers as well. You can really feel the weight of the car in the corners. This car should not be that heavy. The steering is, depends on the settings, but there's a constant friction, which I think is semi-accurate. I think when the car gets loose, it should be more loose, but I think they are working on the force feedback settings. Don't cut. I'm going to take that seriously because I've cut before and it hurt. Okay. Oh, gotta listen to the instructions. So 3, 5 left. Again, I'm on dirt, so it's hard to compare to the track the Laguna Seca we were on before, but it is slippy. It is slippy, and you can dance with the car, get a flow with it. I'm not driving fast here, just trying to. And I'm looking for, so definitely feeling each of the changes of the wheel. And then whenever you see me lose my voice, it is when, like that, when the traction is really hitting. So you can really tell when the wheels are, through the haptics at least, like right there, like you can tell where the wheels are not really pushing the car forward, but they're sliding to get traction. It's a really nice feature, actually. I'm not sure how they're doing that. Whether it's just a heave. I don't think it's an effect. I think they're getting it from the vehicle, which is nice. Gamer Muscle commented that you can actually see in the replays the wheels. I think it was Gamer Muscle. You can see the wheels actually moving to the surface, which is great. The one big thing with RBR and Dirt Rally 2.0 is you don't get this nuance, at least with the motion. You know, with the wheel, you probably feel it, and I know there's communities that change things, but here what I'm feeling is a constant. It's not like it's just undulating, like going off the track in Assetto Corsa Evo or Assetto Corsa Legacy. Like there is, it's either you know, it's not consistent. So it actually feels like I'm driving on a rough surface. Okay, not bad actually. Very good. Is it BeamNG good? I think BeamNG is a little bit more crispier. They might have better tire models, for sure they're working on those. But definitely an improvement over Dirt Rally 2.0 in terms of the motion at least. Feeling a lot more of the road, all the ruts, all the dips. Maybe there could be a little bit more of a lean in some areas, but you know, those could be settings as well. But so far, very, very good. And let's try a couple other cars and see what the difference is. So that was an all-wheel drive car, high horsepower, high torque. So it's easy to come out of the corners. But let's do a time attack on this longer course. Let's try this 124 a Barth Rally 16-valve car from 1974. 50 years. Let's see what the differences are like. You should be able to drive it better since it's slower. But the car will also rotate a lot more because it's a rear-wheel drive car. So I just want to see how that feels like. But so far, the one similarity is the over-rotation off throttle and sometimes with braking with both AC Evo and AC Rally is maybe a bit too exaggerated. I don't know. It's hard to compare because these are all cars I've never driven in real life. There's that same wheel slip, so, and it tapers off. So it's definitely coming from, it's not an effect. It's definitely coming from the physics of the game. Here's our friend Marshall. Everybody's got the name Marshall.
4, 3,
that was a joke.
1. Go.
And you can feel the rear of the car already trying to slide out, so that's great. And I noticed that with the front wheel drive vehicles as well, you can feel a torque steer off the line and out of the corners. And everybody likes to bash front wheel drive cars, but they're excellent cars to learn on because it really is. You kind of drive them more on off. Once you notice, oh, there's the over rotation I warned about. So with front wheel drive, once you feel that car's no longer sticking, just let go of the throttle a little bit. With these cars, you definitely have to modulate. And with that modulation, you get more control, you get more speed, and you can probably don't even need a handbrake with this car because it's so easy to Scandinavian flick it into position. And Scandinavians have their flick, and we have our street takeovers, so that tells you why they're so much more skilled in controlling. Right, so many Scandinavians participate and are very skilled in rally. Excellent changes in the surface right there. Like I could feel the dips. I can see where the car, like right there, where the wheels get traction, like right there, and where it gets light. I'm not listening to the instructions at all. Going a little bit slower, which is nice. And it's sliding around under power in the back, which is great. Whereas with the front wheel drive cars, they'll pull you through these corners, so you can almost mash the throttle again, be more on and off with it. Great starting car. These ones you have to finesse. And we used to race front wheel drive cars for a bit, and then we got into rotary engines and rear wheel drive cars, and definitely never looked back, but we still appreciate the dumb fun of front wheel drive. And they can be very, very fast when they're tuned right too. But the front wheels are doing everything. They're doing the turning, the braking, the acceleration. And that's, and that's a lot for a two set of wheels to do all the time. And when the tires start to wear down, it is understeer, right? So even with an LSD, it's harder to be able to maintain performance over time as well. With rear-wheel drive, oh, that's my fault. So with rear-wheel drive, I'm not listening to instructions, you get more of a balance. So you get kind of like a specialization of labor, right? So the rear wheels, they just do the driving and the occasional sliding of the vehicle, but the front wheels, front tires, they just do the braking and the churning. So that the wear is better. We're gonna go straight here. I'm not listening to. Again, the pedals are just great. I just love this brake. Not listening to the. Okay, over crest. Great undulations there as well. Feeling the gravel. I'm not sure how they're doing the gravel, but I'm definitely feeling it. I'm not feeling it as much in the wheels as I should. From what I remember when we used to do a little bit of rally, like you feel almost everything granularly in the wheel and the chassis, and it's super loud because usually you have no sound deadening. Everything that's not needed is removed. It's not a car you want it daily. It'll drive you nuts. Oh, kind of saved that, not really. Oh, hopefully you can see how much travel we're getting here with the DP6. And again, just because we have 6 inches of available travel doesn't mean we'll move to exaggerated angles to try to give you sustained G. That's not part of our motion philosophy, or what we call motion integrity. We think that's a silly gimmick that just makes it harder to drive. Oh. Okay, so hard to drive. I'm not sure how all these guys do it. Okay. Keep in. So with a 6-inch system too, oh, definitely felt that. That was really good. Nice little hump there as well. That's what I mean, there's variation. You don't get that really in dirt rally. It's not as pronounced. Even there, you can feel the front right wheel get off the ground there. And we're pushing forward. We're almost halfway through. Excellent detail. Just like, it's like rattling my teeth out. See, I'm glad I'm not in a faster car because I would have totally launched off there. There's a great Italian flag. We're in Fiat after all. Fix again, Tony. Okay. Oh, I knew it. Oh, rotated it. Got to be delicate with that throttle. You got to be patient with it. You can't treat it like an all-wheel drive car or front-wheel drive car. Like here, for example, you can see we blip the throttle, the rear end snaps out, and you got to counter steer almost immediately. An amazing texture. Really good job on the texture and the track. Visually, things are always getting better, so I'm not spare my comments there. We are running at 280. Very nice balance of the car right there at medium speeds. But it was too slow there. It's okay. So like I was saying before, so with a 6-inch system, and if your monitor is static, you want a larger monitor because you're going to move a lot more from the monitor, and you want your mind to be able to fill in those gaps. If this was a 32, as you can imagine, I'd be moving a lot more in front of the monitor, and it'd be more disassociative. It wouldn't be as believable or as immersive. This is our hairpin. Let's see if we can nail it. So usually with our 6-inch system, we do recommend that you get larger panels, 45 inches or larger, or like some of our customers have done, like KC Kinetica in Japan or Jonathan, is you mount the TV to your rig at the risk of breaking it. But as the guys have shown, we should probably show as well, the motion tracks very well with on-screen stuff, and it does make for a nice experience. With our DK2 Plus or DK2, the only difference there is just the weight capacity. So we have a bigger motor in the DK2 Plus, more torque. So if you have a heavier rig or you're doing things like rally, it's typically better in representing a lot of the changes that happen frequently. The DK2 is excellent as well. It just has a smaller motor, so you can't really load it up with payload as you can with the DK2 Plus. Oy, I knew it. Keep the wheels spinning, keep momentum out. I don't think we'll get stuck. I think they cheat a little bit once you get off track, so you can come back easier, not just sit there in the bush. Oh, felt that. Thank you for skid plates. All right. Oh, hello, trees. Oh. There's it. As soon as the wheel's spinning, I can see it obviously red on the RPM gauge here, but you can feel it too, right? Very, very awesome. I mean, this is, I would say it's at least 2 times better than Dirt Rally 2.0, maybe 3. Just that 4-speed, there should be more coming through the wheel. This is a old car, everything's mechanical. I doubt even it has power steering, so I should be feeling all these pebbles coming through. Even if it's an effect, maybe, like have certain geolocations where you can see the dirt, and as soon as I drive over it, I have some granularity in the steering. Fun stage, very hard to drive and talk at the same time, but excellent car too. Just have to be careful with the exits, not to over-rotate the car. And under 9 minutes, I'm not sure if that's good or not, but let's try one more car and we'll end the video. So let's go back to the main menu. The menus are great as well. I always enjoy the fact that you don't have to move your cursor around the screen to click on stuff. Some games are like that where you click on something here, then you click on drive over in this corner, and so you're it just UI-wise intuitively doesn't make any sense. Let's try a tarmac stage. So let's try this last one. We are in France. Is France? We are in France. Let's try another car. Let's try a modern day car. Let's try the i20. Hyundai has been doing amazing work in Rally. Nice to see them there. Let's see how a more modern rally car feels like on a tarmac stage, very similar to that of what you get in AC Evo. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm betting their physics are different, and you know, dirt is so hard because dirt is constantly dynamic. So, you know, asphalt or concrete or hard surfaces, you're just really worried about the modeling of the tire and the different undulations and bumps that you have. But with dirt, it's a dynamic surface. You spinning the tires, you going through the same part over and over again, the way it deforms when you go over it, all of that affects how the car feels, right? So slowing on that wet, muddy surface, off throttle, the car should slow down a lot more than if you're on tarmac, where it tends to roll more. But then when you hit the brakes, it slides more, whereas on tarmac, it just grips. So you can see the dynamics are just much different. And when you get into sidewalls calculations and how dirt gets pushed versus how it doesn't get pushed on concrete and how it holds, it's quite a science. It's not an easy feat by any means. Right away, just a lot more crispier shifts. Did not feel any tire spin there, which is interesting. Engine vibrations are pretty good.
4, 3, 2,
Thank you, Marshall. Definitely traction control or launch control. Yeah, very numb experience already compared to dirt. I think if you ever play the hill climb in iRacing, it kind of feels like that, but a bit more dampened. And I think we'll just wait a bit longer to see if there's any Let's try locking up the tires. Oh, we can't.
50.
Not many, a little bit there. It's not letting go on braking, which is nice. So there's definitely a physics handling difference. Jump, let's hit the jump. Love the shifts, you can definitely feel the shifts. Yeah, that was nice. Oh. Gotta listen, gotta listen. All right. Oh, sorry guys. So you can see the shifts too. They get not as aggressive as you go with speed as it is in a real car. So we modeled them from the vehicle pitch. Let's see if we can focus more on driving. And I've done this stage a couple times already, so I'm somewhat familiar with that corner. Excellent there. Just downhill, just have to brake a lot earlier, obviously, because you got momentum going down the hill. Let's cut that a little bit there. So great surface detail. Definitely can feel the car dampening. I'd love to play with some of the settings and see if we... Nope. A little bit late on the flick. And we're redecorating the neighborhood. American street takeover there. I love the clicks of this wheel. Precision sim engineering. I think they're OGs in this space. Is that accurate? I would say so. Going pretty quick. That's not accurate. There's no way that car would have come out of there, but again, we have to reserve some disbelief. But you can see there's a panic brake right there. Oh, I didn't even know which way to go there. Just gonna guess that one. 5, 2, 4. But once that rear end comes out, it comes out. So maybe it is very similar in that regard with AC Evo, where it's certain cars, or maybe, I am going over 120, 130 kilometers an hour. It's like 70, 80 miles an hour. Damn, I love this brake pedal. It's like a... Totally understand why Patrick called it what it did, because it feels like I'm a cat. Like I'm stepping, it's like a plush pillow of the brake. The modulation's excellent. The damping spot on, I think. And right here. And we have a 5080 GPU. I forget which, I think it's an i9 or an i7 running, not sure. Doesn't really matter too much with these games. Many of them are not optimized for the cores. Curious how these are, but... And 2, so let's get on the brakes. Yeah, so you got to be careful with the car over-rotating, just like Evo. Curious to this, a front-wheel drive car. This stage. See that the paddles are louder than our motion system. I'm not sure if you guys can hear. Hairpin right. Okay, so down the hill we're already. Oh yeah, we're not gonna make it because we don't have a handbrake hooked up. It's sitting on the floor over there. Got a Husenfeld handbrake for years now. Oh, almost there again. See, and wait, that's not. I don't know how accurate that would be. Just when the rear end just loses traction, it's like you got to catch it right away, and it's not happens with the. So you got to drive a little bit more conservatively. Let's try this hairpin again. Hairpin right coming up. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh no. Oh, definitely felt that impact. Let's just come out of here. Okay, we are almost at the end. But definitely fun. Definitely wants, you just want to keep on driving. And over finish. And even when you hit the brakes, you don't just get a solid sound that it's braking. You can hear where the tires are lifting off and it's no longer sliding. So I just love that. And you can feel that in the motion as well, which is just great. So 20 seconds added, 6:47. Probably can get it under 6 if you were to focus with this car. It's pretty fast. Okay. So let's try the last track here. I said I know this will be the last one, but it's just tons of fun. So let's do a front-wheel drive car. It's a slower front-wheel drive car. Let's do, again, time attack. We'll do France. We'll do this stage. Is that what we just did? Oh, this is just in reverse. But let's try the front-wheel drive car and see if we get that same over-rotation. Let's try the 2003 rally car. The 2000s were just amazing for rally. That's when Subaru was still around. Shame on you, Subaru. No, I don't blame them. It's all right. Start. And again, what we should see off the start is the torque steer. Unless I should have an LSD, but. Or is this all-wheel drive? I don't even know. Oh, I love that turbo sound, the blow off. Flutter. Okay. Handbrake, we just have it as a button.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Do we have launch control?
Go. 4 right into 3 left tightens. Don't count and 3 right very long. Opens and tightens.
Oh, it seems faster. Oh, there it is. Did I say it? Let's see if I can. Oh, what was great there is I hit the handbrake and my rear wheels were going over the grass, and I could feel it jumping over the uneven grass. It was really, really great. It was pretty harsh too. So, very good difference between tarmac and gravel. Just the force feedback, I think, is what I'm looking for. Like when the tires are skidding there, you feel that in the wheel. There should be. Oh, that's my hairpin. Sorry, guys. 4th gear. Okay. Again, hard to talk and drive. I'm not usually this bad. Missing all the corners. And I'm not really listening to. So this is 4 and 6. We can just gun it. But then we have a hairpin. Let's flick it. Oh, too much flick. Okay, and back we go. Definitely have ABS on because we're not locking up much.
1 right, don't cut, 150.
No cut, and another hairpin. There's a little dip there. You definitely felt that.
Flat left. Into.
RPMs are great. There's a difference here with this engine and the previous engine. Can definitely. Not sure what it is. Maybe it's lower revving.
Flat left.
Ooh.
Into 3 left tightens. 40.
Tightens. Should tighten here. Don't cut, but what if we do cut a little bit? Oh, it's actually, I think this track is better going the other way. Oh, felt that little hit there. 5 left long. we have 6 gears here, which is nice. Just don't have the confidence to go fast and not focus. The graphics are excellent. Obviously.
Right, narrows into left long, 150. On left long, over bumps, into 40.
So now that I'm going downhill, the motion system, as you can probably see on the video, is slowly pitched down just to let me know how the vehicle is in the environment. But with our algorithms, we're still able to overlay all the other information that's coming through, like the heave, the pitch, the roll. And the fact that we have 6 inches, we can represent all those layers a lot more. There's more room to breathe for all the layers. Whereas in the DK2 Plus, it's really good at showing off all these changes, but you just don't have more of these sustained leans and rolls of the environment, as the motor is got only 2 inches of travel to work within. Again, the way we're able to combine them, I think, is really, really good. So you're not really missing anything with the 2 inches versus the 6. Some of our clients actually run their 6 inch at 2 inches. They do a lot of GT stuff because they just want to have everything kind of constrained down, which is fine. That's very easy to do by just selecting DK2 Plus for the DK6 Plus in the firmware. This car handles really well. It's only that one time that it slid out. I was wondering if the wheels were maybe... there it goes again. Maybe the wheels were cold. Tire temperature, I'm not sure we can get that. Great there, you could definitely feel that bridge we went over. And again, I love how under braking you can see you kind of control the car, the rear end gets slide, and you got to kind of keep it pointed. There too, sound. You felt the bump and you heard the wheels lose traction and then all of a sudden regain traction and skid a little bit, which is just great. Okay, every time it's green, I'll just go faster. Every time it's yellow, I'll slow down. 5 left long. Okay, I think I know this one. Oh, oh. Okay, so now you know what happens when you crash. Let's see if we can turn this around. Austin Powers moment. If you guys know what I mean by that. Oh, see, it doesn't reset you like in Dirt Rally right here. If you'd hit that and you kept the gas on, it would just naturally put you back on track, just to make the flow of the game faster and better. There's videos of people flipping their cars and landing on their wheels, for example, and this is obviously different. Much harder to drive, much harder to control. Great dip there. You could really feel the front end. Look for, public sign, and there goes the sign. You can really feel the front wheels kind of like undulating for grip, moving up and down for the grip on the downhill with full brake. I think it was full brake. Okay, that's it. I don't think this is a front wheel drive car. That's the problem, but anyways, even there. Oh. All right, so that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this is kind of helpful. So just to kind of sum it up, there's definitely a similarity between Evo and Rally. In order to play the Rally right now, you could use our SimHub plugin, which we integrated a couple months ago, or you can just select AC Evo in the Sigma software, and it will automatically run AC Rally if you have it up. We'll eventually add it so it auto detects the game, and you don't have to click through the menus to select the game. But thanks for watching, and give us any comments, feedback down below. Thank you.